Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to go through the community stream slides. The community stream just happened today, so we'll go through what they talked about for the month of March, and I'm actually going to go a little bit deeper than what they talked about, because basically they only go through like mid-month, because I guess they're having the next community stream a little bit early because of Joshua's schedule. So I will talk about that at the end, and I'll talk about what characters they did not mention for the month, and then I'm going to include that in my poll plan. So at the end of the community streams, I am going to do my poll planning, basically what I'm personally going to pull for this month, and I might mention what I might recommend average players pull for, right? So what they led with here was FR boards and FR Echo. This is probably the most exciting thing coming this month. Basically what this is, it's basically another add-on to the character boards. So it is more character points, which for veteran players it's going to be fine, but for players that haven't bought Mog Pass, that are maybe newer players, like, yep, I know character boards are always a struggle for you. This is the pressure they're giving. Like, that's just why they want you to buy a Mog Pass, right? So, but they are really good. Basically, what it means is if you're not a Mog Pass buyer, you just have to be more selective with, like, which characters you buff up, right? You can't just, like, character board every character, so you just have to be really, really picky and do the right characters. But for a veteran player like me, I've got hundreds of thousands of extra character points, so I'm going to be good here. But basically, you get the FR board and the FR Echo. Once again, I recommend that if you're going to go in on a character, you want a full invest. So I wouldn't do partial character points. I would do all or nothing. My plan is I'm going to do an actual like full video on FR boards and Echo. And I'm going to wait until it drops. So it's going to drop on March 3rd. So probably that evening or maybe March 4th. I will drop a video and I'll actually demo FR Echo and explain how it works. But basically the summary of it is that you basically add character points into your character boards, and then the FR itself is going to get stronger. So it could increase the HP damage gauge conditions where you get more percentage. It can actually improve the FR effect. It can improve the damage of the actual attack. Any of those typical things that you get just from doing the board points, right? And then there's going to be a passive that unlocks in there that gives your character FR Echo. FR Echo is the big thing that like makes these really good. So what FR Echo does is it allows you to use your FR attack during another force time. It could be your own force time or a different character's force time. And what happens is when you use an FR Echo attack, it does consume a use of your FR. So you're basically giving up an entire FR phase every time you use it, but it's worth it. Because what happens is you gain HP damage percentage to the current force time without eating up a force turn. It is currently the only way to do an action during a force time without actually ticking the force down. So what this does is it allows you to get the higher percentages a lot quicker. And what's nice about this, and I'm going to demo because a lot of people are kind of shafting Penelo, being like, oh, she doesn't have Echo, she's not going to be good. No, she's going to be great in Echo. And what I'll demo, and I'll probably use her during the video, is that you can use Penelo's force as the main force, and then you can just Echo with other characters. Now, the other thing that Echo does is they will have a base percent that they'll boost no matter what, and then if they fulfill the FR conditions of what FR it is, they'll get more percentage on top of it. And I believe the base percent is you'll get a minimum of 20% if it's like a normal attack. And then you'll get percentage based on whatever you're fulfilling for the current force. But if it is a free instant turn type of attack that doesn't do damage, it'll actually do 80% base plus whatever it does for fulfilling. So like, if you're doing it during Penelo's, I could see it being like over 100, like well over 100%, right? Like, it could be a really big number that you get on using an FR Echo during like Penelo's. So I think it's actually really nice. So that's coming. Now, for the way this is going to work moving forward is any new FRs or any new characters, basically if it's a brand new FR to the game, they will come with Echo right away. If it is a returning force character, it may or may not have Echo, so you just have to pay attention to what is actually announced for that, right? But returning FRs aren't necessarily guaranteed to have FR boards. All right, so we are doing an FR boards campaign to celebrate the release of FR boards. So this is from March 3rd to March 23rd. You can see Tara and Garnet there are going to be leading the way. Garnet is going to be getting her FR, so that comes with FR boards. And then Tara is a returning FR that is getting FR boards added, right? So part of this campaign is we're getting 8 free multi-draws, which is awesome because we're just coming off of the free multi-draws from Anniversary. And we're just going to roll right into more free multi-draws, so that's great. Special chocobo panel missions that give very good rewards. character points, 4 stones, and high power stones. Very good there. Double Psycho Quest rewards, and then triple effect items will be on sale. So kind of the standard like celebration stuff. So on March 3rd, we are going to get a raid event, and like I said, this is going to have Garnet with her FR coming. And then Terra is getting FR boards, so if you don't have Terra and you want her, you could pick her up. They're bringing out some of those weapon glosses. I'm not a big fan of most weapon glosses, so I'm not really tempted by that. Then we got a Bahamut raid, and first free multi-draw on both of the banners, right? Okay. Then on March 8th, the next character will be Seven, and Seven is getting her FR, and she will have FR boards as well. And then Emperor BT will be coming back, but Emperor is not getting FR here. So this is just a returning Emperor BT is all that it is. And then Garnet BT will also be around. And a first free multi on that. And then that is just a Heretic event. So nothing too crazy there. March 13th, I know a lot of people will be excited for this. So Warrior of Light is coming. And he is getting a rework. He is getting an FR for the first time and getting FR boards, which is awesome. I do have Warrior of Light's costume. I think it's pretty fire. I think Warrior of Light is a very, very good character. And then Warrior of Light FR, and then question mark FR, question mark BT. So here we go with like the question mark characters again, right? So some things that we're not really sure what's coming. And I've got... I've got an idea of who it is, but it just left my train of thought. But we'll talk about that in a second, because this is like one of those weird campaign slots, kind of like Renault and Arden, where like a character could slide in, right? So we'll talk about that, but I have an idea. I might have to jump into my photos quick on my phone to look at a picture, but yeah, I know I have those just right off the top of my head here. And then we have Act 3 Interlude, so we're getting some new story quests here. And then we're getting Neon. So Neon, I think, is going to be a pretty fun character. Cloud of Darkness is coming back, and Cloud of Darkness is getting FR boards at this point. So Cloud of Darkness is returning, and then Neon will come with FR boards because she is a brand new character, right? And then they have the Red Mage costume for Neon if you want to pick that up. I don't know that I'm going to go for the Red Mage costume. I think I'm just going to go for the regular costume. I think I'm totally cool with that. All right. And that's it. Like that, it was a very short stream. They didn't go very far. So... a couple of characters that were not announced on here. So I think directly following Neon is going to be VVFR, and then Tifa will be coming back. So I think that is what is coming after this, and then that would round out the month of March. And then I think that Charlotta and Sarah could possibly be at the very end of the month as well. So those are other characters that definitely could be popping up, right? So let me just check something quick. I'm going to sneak into my Discord here, and I just got to look at a picture really quick, but I'm pretty sure I know who the possibilities are for these question mark characters. So let me just pull up a picture I've got really, really quickly. I've got it right here, and I know you guys can't see the picture. So what I think it is... Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what I think the question mark slots are going to be... Let me just double check here. So it's a BT and an FR and a... Okay. I think this might be Minwoo. So during this month, it could be something else weird. I could be missing something as well. But on the JP timeline, there was a campaign banner that had like Anna Crow returning, and it had Minwoo. So I feel like... But see, Anna Crow doesn't have a BT. So if this is going to be an FR BT with Warrior of Light, I feel like Minwoo might be the one. So... You can let me know if it's something different or if you think it's going to be something different. But I don't think there's any other characters missing. And I don't know that it would be... I don't know that they're referring to Tifa and Vivi here. Actually, one more thing I want to check. Hold on. Let me just go back. I want to give you good info here. So one more thing I want to check on this before we move on. And then I'm going to do my poll planning video. Let me see here. Yeah, because the Warrior of Light in JP... did not have like an FRBT with it. So my guess is going to be Minwoo. That's going to be my honest guess right there. And you can let me know if you think it's going to be something different. All right. So in terms of poll planning, all right. So there's a lot going on here. So let's go. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to pull for, and then what I would recommend that you guys pull for, right? Okay. So first we've got Garnet and Terra. So Terra, I'm obviously going to 100% skip because I've already got her fully built. So that's not because Terra's bad. It's because I've got her fully built. Garnet, I will get the FR. Just because Garnet is a character that I use a ton. She's one of the best supports in the game. And my philosophy is, is if it's a character you're going to use a lot, they're very much worth the investment in getting all their weapons, right? And now the other thing we have to keep in mind is we've got Echo here now. So because these are some of the first Echo characters, they're going to have a little bit more value because you can start getting those Echoes to go crazy. Now, I don't think Echo is going to be required like early on, but as we get into it, you're definitely going to need to ramp quicker to get those percentages higher. But Garnet for me is a for sure pull. And then Terra, I'm only skipping because I've already got her whole kit, right? For me, 7 is probably a skip. To me, she would be like a fun draw, though, because I kind of like 7. I always like having fire damage dealers. There aren't a lot of fire characters. So if my resources are good, I'll get her for funsies, but I don't think she's a high priority character for me. Emperor's 100% skip for me. And Garnet already said is yes, I'm going to draw for Garnet. So here's the thing with Warrior of Light. I really like Warrior of Light, and I'm definitely going to like use him. The thing with him is I think even with like his FR, like his FR Echo will have value as just a way to increase the gauge. But Warrior of Light has always been a character that's just so good LD only. It's not like super important to have his BT. And his FR will be good for the Echo, right? But like I could see other FR characters carrying. He can kind of sit there and just be a shield for you. So I probably will pull with like tickets, but I'm not going to go crazy and like for the BT. But I might pick up his FR because it would just be nice to have another Echo character. And this is a character as a tank that you could use a lot, right? So I may pull lightly here, but I'm not going to go crazy on it just because I know he's so good LD only, right? All right, and then Neon, I'm going to go all in on Neon just because she's new. She seems very fun to me. I like the idea of another fire damage dealer, and I like the idea of how she can give the party rainbow numbers. That sounds a lot of fun to me. So I am going to go for Neon because she's new and she sounds fun. Not because I think she's going to be meta breaking or anything like that, but I think she's going to be a very fun character. So for me, I'm definitely going to pull on Neon. Cloud of Darkness is still going to be a skip for me. I don't really see the need to have Cloud of Darkness for me personally. And then that's it. And then we got Tifa and Vivi. Vivi is a character that I might go if I have resources for fun, but I'm not going to like full invest or anything immediately. And then Tifa I already have, so I won't need to pull there. Now, and then Minwoo, if Minwoo actually is a thing, which where Minwoo would be with Warrior of Light. I mean, Warrior of Light and Minwoo would actually be a pretty good banner to draw on, to be honest. Minwoo would be like a, if this actually is Minwoo, I would say Minwoo would be a pretty high priority character for people to get. I use Minwoo a lot and I think he's great. So I would be skipping Minwoo just because I've already got his kit. So just to summarize my pull plans really quick is I'm going in for Garnet FR. 7 probably not, just for fun if I do. Emperor I'm skipping. Warrior of Light. I'll go some tickets to maybe get an FR, but I'm not going to be too frazzled if I don't, just because he's so good as is. Neon I'm going all in. And Cloud of Darkness I am skipping. And then Vivi I might go in a little bit. And then Tifa I don't need to at all, right? Now for the average player, or like if you don't have anybody, I would say Garnet might be like the best one to grab this month. My highest recommendation. Just because she's still so good. She's going to have Echo, and she's a character that'll synergize well in most team comps. The only time Garnet doesn't work is if her elements are locked out because she enchants the party. That's really the only time Garnet doesn't work. Otherwise, she's fantastic and you can use her everywhere. And having her as like your first Echo character, I think is a really solid pick, right? Terra, I think there's value in Terra. Like, I think she's solid. Like, she's really good, and her having Echo is good as well. She wouldn't be like my highest pick of the month, but if you liked, I think Terra's fine. I actually used her just recently, and she still holds up really well. So if you're in need of like a damage dealer, like you could pick up Terra for sure. But I'd say Garnet would be my number one pick. I would say 7 is probably a skip for most players. Emperor would be a skip for most players. Warrior of Light, I think he has a lot of value, like I said, even LD only. So like if you're lacking tanks and you don't have Warrior of Light at all, I think it's a very good idea to pull here, especially if Minwoo's the other BTFR, right? If Minwoo's the other BTFR, this has a ton of value on it because both characters are so good, and Warrior of Light is a great tank. So I do think this banner right here could be one of the better ones to pull on this month. Neon, I think it's the kind of like, if you like Neon, she sounds fun. I don't think she's going to be like the best character of the month, but she could be a fun banner to pull on if you want to. Cloud of Darkness would be like, if you want like a good delay character. The thing with Cloud of Darkness, and I've always said this, is they are a full invest character where you want to green the BT. So you would have to be willing to commit to them all the way, because part of their value is their BT effect gives follow-ups, which follow-ups are very valuable in FR era. So if you don't have any follow-up characters and you're willing to put the resources, Cloud of Darkness could be a good pickup for you. And then Tifa and Vivi. I would say Vivi, I know there's just a lot of Vivi fans, so if you like Vivi, but I don't think Vivi's a character I see being like top tier meta that you're going to be using a ton. One thing I haven't liked about Vivi is I don't like that he damages the party. Although now when we've got like Penelo and stuff, we've got very strong HP regens that are constantly going. So I could see myself in a team comp with Penelo actually really liking Vivi now. So I am excited to try him out. And then Tifa, I would say, is a character I could recommend most players go for as like your main damage dealer, because Tifa is very, very good. So in terms of like main damage dealers, I would say Tifa and Terra are probably two of the better ones you could grab. But I would say Garnet for sure is like overall the best character to get this month. Just once again, the value of her, she's basically been super good, super top tier support character since the 4th year anniversary. So over a year, she's just stood the test of time and been so good. And now she's getting FR Echo. So she's going to be a great, great pickup. That's the one I would recommend most players go for. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of all this stuff coming up this month. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.